In the year 20XX AD, the world is at peace thanks to Mega Man. Dr. Y's fourth attempt at world domination has failed, and his name has once again faded from the minds of the citizens of the world. A few months later, Mega Man and Roll walking, when suddenly Terra, so the Earth-based Stardroid. It's nice to see Mega Man in his unarmored form in the World Series. That's the last time we'll see it in this game, probably. We even have the charge shot from World 4. Nice bit of continuity. Sadly, Mega Man got one shot by Terra's laser. A few hours later, the world was attacked by warrior robots from space. Seriously, how much property damage has the Earth accrued over the last few years? Dr. Light found Mega Man and equipped him with the new Mega Arm, the most powerful weapon ever devised. Why have the Stardroids come here? Well, if you follow the Archie Comics continuity, that's because Mega Man destroyed Ra Moon. Greetings everyone, my name is Eterville, and I welcome you all to my blind, live Let's Play of Mega Man 5, aka Rockman World 5 for the Game Boy, although technically I'll be playing it using the Super Game Boy. This was released in 1994, developed by Minakuchi Engineering, and published by Capcom. So without further ado, let's start a new game. And as this is a blind Let's Play, I apologize in advance for any silly mistakes or false assertions I make. Well, the Earth was taken over pretty fast. And we actually get a new pet for this game, an animal companion named Tango. I'll use her a few times in this game. And like before, we have a shop system. Collect as many potato chips as we can find. In this game we have more upgrades that we can purchase. So here's our first set of Stardroids. Going from the left, Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Neptune. I'll be going after Venus first, as apparently his stage has a rush coil. So let's see, we can jump, shoot, slide, and fire the Mega Arm, which fires a fist forwards. But let's try a Tango first. She turns into a chainsaw and bounces around the place. But in order to fire her, you need to do at least a halfway charge shot. Also, unlike the charge shot, the max range of the Mega Arm is 1 block smaller, and it doesn't travel outside the screen either. The famous Venus waterfalls. If you get caught under them, you'll be dragged into the abyss, even if you're on top of a platform or holding onto a ladder. And I would love to see stuff from World 5 in Mega Man Maker, especially as so far, all the enemies haven't been seen in previous classic titles. Oh rats, you can slide right into spikes. Although that's probably because of that fan owl. As I was saying, so far all the enemies and gimmicks haven't been seen in the previous classic titles, because usually in the world titles, all the gimmicks and enemies are borrowed from the NES mainline series. But that isn't the case here. Yet, at least. Apparently I keep my charge held even if I take damage. Already in this stage we have the Venus waterfalls and the Venus bubbles. Also, I noticed that a halfway charge shot does something else. It fires a short-range Mega Arm. Oh boy, lag. Let me go. Let me out, please. Well, I'm dead. Apparently I need to jump better. I guess I have to slide through then. Ah, made it. This is the toughest section of the stage because of the bounciness. I'm gonna play it safe and wait over here. It looks like P-chip drops in this game are a lot more plentiful. Venus' stage feels longer than most stages in the previous game. Here we go, time to face off against Venus. Yep, dead. I could have defeated him on my first try had I not had this low health. Venus is much easier than the stage preceding him. That one room with the bubbles and bees, that was killer. We get an even better weapon demonstration system, relative to World 4 that is. So we get the Bubble Bomb and Rush Coil. Now on to Mercury's level. I'm gonna deliver a game over here because I'm way too low on health. Back up to 2 lives. Let's hope that this stage is easier than Venus's was. So this stage so far has 2 gimmicks. Those junk droppers and the conveyor belts. Yeah, it's called a Grab Buster, Daibuman. Teleporting Stompers. Now there's an enemy you don't usually see in Mega Man. Oh, hello there, Dustman gimmick. Let's try out the Bubble Bomb. Seems like it'll work better against enemies near ceilings, or above me. Let's try one attempt against the tank. Of course, the problem here is that you can actually slide into the spikes, as we learned in this stage and the previous stage. No, Leo. This game is far too big for that. In fact, so far, each of the stages feel larger than the ones in World 4. They feel NES-sized. This stage was much easier than the previous one. I should have gone through this one first. There's him stealing some of my pea chips. He has a very set pattern. Again, I'm working against my muscle memory because in the classic mainline series, if you let go of the D-pad or analog stick after jumping, you won't keep moving in that direction, but here you maintain your inertia. And I did. For the first set of attacks, he used the grab buster, that's why I didn't shoot him there. Isn't that what he wanted? And by defeating him, we get his grab buster, which, upon impacting an enemy, will grab some of their life pickups. So now let's go after Mars. Oh rats, you can also steal mini tanks. So I can essentially use the Grab Buster as a health restoration utility. I know I did that in Magmal 2. Where are you, Koopa Shell? A perfect place to demonstrate that. Seems like the Grab Buster pellets take a while to get back to you. And this is where the Rush Coil is actually useful. As usual with the other world titles, the first time I face off against the Roadmasters, or in this case the Stardroids, I'll Buster Duel them. However, during the rematches, I will use their weaknesses, if I can figure them out. So like automatically moving Sparkman platforms. Some of them fly upwards at different speeds though. I thought this boss was gonna be a lot scarier, to be honest. Would have liked a better indication that was gonna happen. And this is why I love the Grab Buster. Portable healing on demand, especially when it gets refilled at the end of every stage, at least until you reach the fortress levels. They don't? Well, guess I have to conserve them more. Just 3 fully charged Mega Arms. How many P-chips do I have so far? 108. I'll visit a shop after the next stage then. So they do refill according to Buster. Okay, that's fair. I can destroy those blocks he fires at me. I did this battle rather clumsily, yet I survived. I expected his rockets to deal more damage to me. Yep, the encounter against Mars, aka Pre-Tank Man, was pretty fun. and by defeating him we get the Photon Missile. So last but not least is Neptune. Oh, look at that. We have cannon Mets, or cannon head Mets. Beeblader? Well, you're not Beeblader, but you remind me of them. Hey, I like the battle against Tankman in Unlimited. This looks like a jaw for the bubble bomb. It does take a while for it to rev up though. So we had the junkyard stage, the water stage, the military base or tank or rocket stage. Is this the second water stage? It does have a bunch of water gimmicks, but they are different from the previous level. But they are different from Venus's set of water gimmicks. You do have a point there, Jedok. It is kind of like Toadman and Diveman. Toadman's stage took place in the rain, mostly above water, whereas Diveman's stage took place in the water itself, mostly underwater. So whereas Venus's stage took place mostly above the water, this is taking place more underwater. Not as much as Diveman, but you get the point. That's not too difficult to accomplish, Daibuman and Galaxy Man, as the water balloons sucked. This stage does have a reused gimmick, those being the steam jets from Waveman's stage, but it has its own twist to it. For one, we can actually blow these open. I can see why you consider this to be a better version of the water balloon. And down Neptune goes. And by defeating him, I get the salt water. What's next? Fresh water in Mega Man 12? Let's pay a visit to Dr. Light's shop. I want to see what the next item is. I want this first. Then I'll go for the energy balancer. Now on to Terra. So now we're visiting a launch site. You didn't destroy Mega Man before, you only disabled him. Dark Moon? Is he who I think it is? Yep, he's a devil encounter. A bit of a taller devil because usually the devils are about 4 blocks high. This is 5 blocks high. No, all devils are 5 blocks high? Okay, misremembered. One more cycle and I should win. Of course, I would have won here if I didn't screw up the first cycle. Their death animation was somewhat disappointing, to be honest. I was expecting a boom.